Now, while the World Cup is a massive extravaganza, the Tour de France is the world's largest annual sporting event. For the second time in the event's history, the Grand Départ has been hosted in England. There are winners on and off the route. It's a financial tour de force, actually. According to estimates by PricewaterhouseCoopers, after spending only $36 million on costs like repairing the roads, for example, Yorkshire, that's the county where it started, is in line for a staggering $172 million in increased revenue. For Britain's southeast economy, the race will mean an extra $15 million. Typically, the Tour de France attracts 12 million spectators along the route, and over 188 countries broadcast the race on 121 different television channels. But all these are numbers which are difficult to define precisely. I'm joined by Yannick Naud from Sturgeon Capital. I have to inform you, unfortunately, that this part of the race has been won by a German. I apologise for that. I mean, it is difficult to quantify any of these sorts of numbers. I don't know how they work it out. But the good news is service industries, real people actually get fed off every side of the route, don't they?
Yes, I mean, there's not a great infrastructure like you have in Olympic or in a World Cup. Pretty much, if the people will come and there will be a lot of media exposure. I mean, this weekend, for example, if they were like Wimbledon, Formula One, World Cup, nevertheless, a lot of people have seen the lovely Yorkshire on TV, and there will be an impact because media exposure will create an impact. There will be more tourists coming, not only for the Tour de France, but later on.
I mean, the other thing about it is, as well, you can actually get really close. You don't have to buy a seat. You just get there, don't you? And many people did. I mean, I see people travelling from all over the world to Yorkshire to see it just because they could get close to the competitors. So you feel as though you're part of it in lots of ways, don't you?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, back in 2007, it was the Tour de France was in London as well. I mean, there were quite a lot of following, but it was nowhere near what it was during the weekend. I mean, I think back in 1974, the one etape of the Tour de France were in UK as well, and I think no one was really watching. So I mean, the impact has been incredible. I think it's a reflection on two things. I think in fact, the bicycle, I mean, cycling now in UK is a massive sport because of a very good result on the track and off the track, and there will be some positive. Economic figure for that.
Sure.
It's very difficult to make sure exactly how much it will be.
I mean, you can tell by the crowds, which we can see now, returning home after all this. Yes. And here's Trafalgar Square. It doesn't look a lot, but I mean, 10 minutes ago, it was absolutely jam-packed, wasn't it?
Yes.
This shows the kind of interest. And really, anybody with a right brain, a business brain, wants to get their hands on all that lot. Then sell things. Yeah.
I think the key will be to see if it's growth for UK or if it's just different allocation of tourism from one area in UK into another one. I mean, will it be people moving from the Lake District, planning on going to the Lake District and in fact going to Yorkshire, or it will be new tourists coming specifically for this because of this event? It's very, very hard to say.
Yannick Naud, thanks very much
Thank
indeed
you.
for joining us. And business-wise, as they all go home from central London, you're up to date. I'm Michael Wilson in London, and you're watching the Global Business Report from Horizon News.